In this sacred season, our thoughts certainly turn to the significance of our spiritual convictions as a strength and value in daily living. We remember how men have fought for their beliefs, have struggled for the rights of spiritual strength, just as they have struggled for the right of economic or political liberty. We also realize that from the earliest time, religion has not only been a dominant force in the life of people, it has also been under almost constant persecution in some form or other. In ages of disbelief or unbelief, it was persecuted by those seeking to discredit its values. In other periods, religion persecuted religion, and the faiths of men were locked in a terrible struggle for the dominance of theological concepts. Yet through all this diversified tribulation, faith has still remained the most powerful force in the life of the human being. And we are quite ready to believe that to the degree that man loses faith, to that degree he loses security and strength in all of the projects of his living. In times of great prosperity, men drift away from the sense of need. But in adversity of one kind or another, they return, constantly aware that life without faith is weak in its core, lacking the securities and supports that are necessary for fullness of expression. We would think, therefore, that recognizing the essential value involved, we would either make a greater and more thorough study of our religious conviction, or else we would try more assiduously to apply it to the various needs of life. In this day, which is burdened so heavily with material problems, the time of nominal religion has passed, at least for this generation. Belief either must sustain or else it must be acknowledged as valueless to ourselves. There is no point whatever in a mild, non-utilitarian approach to faith. Either we need it and must use it, or else it is meaningless to us. We therefore watch people constantly, and we observe that religious ignorance is comparatively rare. There are very few persons who have not some concept of the value of spiritual fact. Yet the ability to apply these spiritual overtones to the immediate problem of the day remains terribly undeveloped. We are still not securing the strength of our faith. And we look around to try and find out why we live upon the surface of a spiritual conviction, which, did we live it more completely, would sustain us more completely through every decision that we have to make in daily conduct. And we cannot come to any conclusion but one, namely that the human being has not yet found the way to apply ideals directly to his own conduct. He can see why they should be applied. He can be almost envious of those who seem to be able to apply. He wishes that he could derive strength from conviction. And he probably feels that he does gain some strength. But in emergency, it is seldom totally sufficient. The need, therefore, for a more active, a more secure state of faith exists all over the world. And not only among those of simple beliefs, but among the most advanced of the students of various specialized religious and philosophical systems. The need to put these values immediately to work is a pressing need. Perhaps the answer to this problem lies in the fact that religion, as a subject of study, as a basic value, may be termed a contemplative art. The individual who is unable to contemplate values will have great difficulty in using his religion. Religion cannot be merely an immediate affirmation followed by a full expression of application. Religion begins as a gradual enriching of the internal life of the person. And this enriching depends upon a contemplative procedure.